You survived the workday. Now survive the truth.
Don't you want to have the best 12 teams in college football playing each other?
It's time for the hardest hitting 2 hours on the Panhandle.
I love it. You're coming through. You got it, baby.
Now into the huddle with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz.
It is a joyous day. I love your show.
From the Emerald Coast to the edge of the atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
It's Thursday, and you're locked in to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've decided to join us today. Whether you're listening on the radio, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or maybe even the ESPN Northwest Florida app, we appreciate it. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be 850-215-6290. Don't forget, today at 5:15, your next chance to win a $25 gift card to Ferrucci's Restaurante in downtown Panama City is coming up today. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 10 at 850-215-6290. It's the Ferrucci's Feast from Ferrucci's Restaurante in downtown Panama City, where anniversaries are celebrated and love stories begins. So, just so you know, you got two more chances today and tomorrow at 5:15 and 8:15 with Coach Hale's show in the morning. We are your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget, the Braves are always here. Not tonight, though, but they are here with us whenever they play. They're just not playing today. And for everybody out there listening that may be driving right now, or maybe you're about to drive, please be careful. Do not speed right now. There's a lot of rain on the ground and can be a little slick. But either way, it's Thursday, and we're excited to be here. And as always on a Thursday, we got the Bone Crusher crushing the ones and the twos. Bone Crusher, how are you doing today?
I'm hanging by a thread, Paul. But if you see any weather traffic problems, you can hit us up at 850-215-6290.
That's right. Bone Crusher has always he's been in radio for so long, but there's a side of him that always wanted to be a weatherman. I can just tell by the way he says it. So if you got any weather updates, let Bone Crusher know so he can present it on the show.
Traffic and weather on the 8s.
That's right.
Accurate and dependable.
So it's a really good thing. So I'm excited about it. Yesterday was a fantastic day. I want to do a little bit of a recap. Started watching some of the videos, and we have some of those videos available. We're going to be sharing another one of Coach Golish from yesterday's videos on the line. But one of the things about the Auburn program that I really hate, because I love Alabama, and it stinks. It stinks. I think that this guy is probably, he's just smart. You can just tell by the way that he talks. He could tell by the way that he was very thoughtful of all the questions that I asked him. I know you had to leave to go get your cat, but he was just a fan.
Sorry, Coach.
Yeah, that's okay. It was just fantastic. And, my wife was asking me about it. We were talking about it, and I kind of felt like that she kind of wished that he was our head coach at Alabama. So here we go,
It was pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, very impressive. I just hope that it's not like a Tuberville thing. Tommy Tuberville, they beat Alabama 6 times in a row, and we don't want none of that. But again, I'm not saying just because they got a good coach that they're going to win or beat Alabama, because DeBoer has won everywhere that he's been too. So, I mean, he's even been to the college football playoff with Washington, and he took them there with Michael Penix Jr. So, with that being said, man, I just was really impressed with Coach Golish. And like I said, we'll be releasing some more of those videos of that interview today, later on tonight. And one of the things that I was very curious about, and this is something that obviously we'll need to talk about today in depth. To me, the biggest games of the year, even though they're not rivals, is going to be the two coaches that it's their first jobs in the SEC, which is John Summerall and Alex Golish. They're going to be playing each other. It's going to be early. Both of them, you know, Auburn, they've got a little bit of a different route. They play Baylor, then they play Southern Miss, and then they play Florida. That game is going to be, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, but that game is going to be one of those games that could possibly shape the remainder of the year for both of those coaches, because a 7-5, like yesterday Jeffrey said, would be a success. And I think that's a success for Florida as well as Auburn, because of the tough teams that both of them are having to play. Now, Jeffrey, you're here, and you frowned a little bit. You don't agree with that? You think 7-5 is not good for the first year of both of those guys, coming off of losing seasons last year and then coming into this year with an SEC that we talked about yesterday was you kind of know what you got. You got Brent Venables at Oklahoma. You got Sark at Texas. You know what to expect with Lane Kiffin. You got DeBoer. You know what's going to be expected for him. But then you got also Kirby Smart and then Drinkowitz and even Mike Elko at A&M. So, I mean, all kind of new coaches except for Kirby and Kiffin, realistically, and then you got Golden at Ole Miss. I mean, these guys all have, you know, something to prove. And 7-5, to me, success for both of those programs, because that means you would have beat somebody not necessarily you were supposed to beat this year.
Okay, so who's favored, Florida or Auburn?
I don't know.
It's Florida. It's hands down Florida. You said it all last year. You said the talent's there. They have depth. They've got ball. They've got a quarterback. They've got all these things. You said it all last season. I don't think you have memory loss.
No, I mean, I'm not. It just with not having a definitive who's going to be your starting quarterback right now. I get it. You got to go through the fall practices. You got to go through the summer, but that is
Florida
the
has
most
two
important.
quarterbacks that are
have
better
never
than
started.
any of them at Auburn.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Byron Brown has played a lot.
Brown?
Yeah.
Has he played in the SEC? He played against one SEC team.
He's played against SEC.
One.
He played against Florida. He's played against Alabama. He's played more than one SEC team.
He played against Alabama the previous season?
Yeah.
Or the year before that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, look it up. Either way, we're going to go ahead and go to the line. We got the Stone Cold Brian Austin from the Lone Star Bull House. It's been a long time. Brian, how are you today?
I'm all right. A little bit wet. We got a little downpour coming down on us. Yeah.
Well,
got to get the crawfish cooked regardless. So.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So, are you moving everybody inside? What's on the menu today with all the rain?
Everything's inside, and it is crawfish, seafood, and bar only. Yeah, in my feet. I need to push out crawfish and crab and shrimp and everything today, man. I know Jeff would be sad without barbecue, but
no, I mean I love me some shrimp, but you know what? I hate to say it, but because some people think it's ruining shrimp, but I'll eat fried shrimp all day long. Boiled shrimp is good, is really good. Don't get me wrong.
I love it,
but I love me some fried shrimp.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you this. I went to the Lone Star Bull House the night of the draft, and I'm telling you, the crawfish that I had was fantastic. They were big. They were so big that I ate the crab claws off of the claws. Usually you don't have the opportunity to eat them because they're so small, but those were so big, I got double meat for double my pleasure.
So I took a trip last weekend, and I went all the way down Apalachicola, right?
Yeah.
And we ate at a couple of restaurants and all that. And on the menu, you know what it said for shrimp?
What?
Popcorn.
You know what that means?
That means it's from Asia.
Cisco.
Yeah.
I know when I look at shrimp, and I'm telling you, I want me some American shrimp because it's just better. It's bigger. It's better. It's more flavorful. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. It was. My girlfriend didn't even know.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, well, you know," and I'm like, "No, it says popcorn right here. This is not even American-made shrimp, and there's the difference."
Flavorless.
Right. That's exactly right. So, Brian, let's talk about it a little bit. We had the Auburn coach on yesterday, and we talked a lot about, what their direction was, what they're doing. How do you feel the Texas program? How do you feel the spring for Texas? Cam Coleman coming over. How do you feel about them right now? I mean, obviously, how much money they put in, but the pressure's on to produce. Everybody's going to be talking about Archie all over again. What do you think? Give us we hadn't talked to you in a while. Give us your rundown of what you think is going to go on with Texas.
I feel as good as I've ever felt about them. Now, this year, if y'all thought I talked a lot of noise last year, it's going to be bad this year. That's all I can say. They are going to be good. I mean, they're going to have to beat themselves, honestly. They're so loaded. I mean, they got 4 guys projected to go in the top 10 of the draft next year.
Wow.
Just everything is there. Now, injuries can also take a toll on that. So, I mean, teams got to stay healthy for sure, but it's all there for them this year.
So disappointment. I mean, 10-2 is good. But if you're going to go 9-3, you're going to be disappointed, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, no Georgia on the schedule, finally. Seems to be our kryptonite.
Yeah.
But you will be hosting Ohio State, though, right? That's going to be.
We will be. We will be.
Going to be hosting.
And I think I'm flying back into Austin for that game this year. So.
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me ask you this. Who do you think is – okay, because Jeffrey, we had a little conversation at the beginning of the week. Who do you think is a better combination quarterback, running back duo? Julian Sayin and Bo Jackson, or Arch and his counterpart?
Man, you got – well – so Texas is really going to be a two-headed monster, though, this year. So with Brown and then Hollywood in there. So I don't know who the feature back's supposed to be out of those two guys. Because, I mean, they both transferred in. They both obviously want a lot of playing time at the same time. So I would take our 2 guys over Sayin. I don't really trust Sayin. Sayin didn't look great, especially in the game against Miami last year. He kind of fell off a little bit.
Well, and see, that's how I felt. I felt like that was the deciding factor for me because Bo Jackson's really good for Ohio State. He runs the ball hard. He runs between the tackles. He runs behind his pads. But when you look at the way Sayin played latter part of the year, he had some undecisiveness. You've got the best wide receiver in the country. And then you got a first-round draft pick, and people say, well, he was a number 2, whatever, Cornell Tate, and you could not score points. And there were times where they were open, and he just underthrew or overthrew or didn't even throw it in the vicinity. So I agree with you on that. Julian Sayin is not.
The way Arch looked at the beginning of the season last year is what Sayin kind of started looking like at the end of the year last year. So.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he can keep that going in week 2 of the season.
How do you feel about that being week 2 instead of week 1? Do you think that benefits you better?
Yes. Get 1 game under your belt. Especially with all the new guys we brought in, too, get them a game to play together So I hated the week one, especially 11 o'clock in the morning, too. Very first game to kick the whole season off for the most part, besides the week 0 games. No, that wasn't no. Week 2, all the way.
I know that you watch the other teams in the SEC. I know you keep up with them. Do you feel the way that I do about this whole year for the 2 new coaches coming in at Florida and Auburn that, you know, nobody's really scared of Sark. Nobody's really scared of, you know, a coach like they used to be with Saban. Obviously, Georgia, Kirby probably still has a little bit of scaredness, especially going to Athens. Do you feel like those guys have to beat each other because they do play in the 3rd game of the season? Do you feel like that's one of the things that they're going to get judged on, whether or not they can win that game, both sides?
Yeah. I mean, those 2 teams are probably on a pretty even playing field as far as talent goes this year. But I don't know. I wouldn't expect much out of either one of them. I mean, 7-5 for either one of those 2 schools is going to be a good year for them.
See, that's what I was saying to Jeffrey. He says no. He says it's got to be 8-4.
It's also the schedule. Auburn's schedule is just brutal. Definitely above Florida's. It's not really even close. And even when you say, you know, Auburn playing all these teams like Ole Miss and LSU and Florida and Bama and Tennessee, I mean, that's just enough of words. Then when the what do you call? Oh, in Georgia, I forgot about Georgia.
Yeah, they do play Georgia.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So then they turn around and.
So I mean.
So they turn around and the next year, you know, they still going to play Georgia and Alabama because that's the rivalry games that they have.
Terrible.
And then they'll have Texas and Texas A&M next year. So they'll go from like having 6 hard teams to having like 4 the following year. And you know, we talk about Texas's thing, and the problem is you always have to look at the schedule. And if you get past Ohio State, you know, the next closest hard game at home is Ole Miss, really. Because Mississippi State, Arkansas, and I can't remember who the 4th one was, that's a home game. The home schedule for the Longhorns is not where it's at. It's at Tennessee, at LSU, and at Texas A&M. Those are 3 games that you got to win. If you beat Ohio State, you got to win 2 of those 3 on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Look, the Aggies, they're kind of false. I'm not worried about them at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
So
I mean, Tennessee, who's their quarterback?
Exactly. See, I know Brandon.
Not anybody. I mean, is Brandon there? Brandon's not there.
No, he's not here today.
Trash him. Good.
Yeah. Tennessee's not going to scare anybody this year.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, see, I'm with you, and Brandon, if you're listening, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but I believe that Tennessee is going to fall off from last year, and then Ole Miss is going to fall off. So I see both of those being not as tough. I think LSU is going to be good. I don't know if they're going to be great, and then I'll say A&M is going to be good. I don't know if they'll be great. Their wide receivers, to me, is going to be the question mark. And then Ohio State. I mean, I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to do the things. So I think at the end of it all, if you guys can just beat one of the other, LSU or A&M or Ohio State, you're in the playoff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10-2 is going to get them there.
Yeah, 10-2, you'll be in the playoff. Yeah. And it'll probably it would probably behoove you to beat the SEC teams just because you'll probably get into the SEC championship and it won't affect whether you win or lose anyway. So that almost guarantees you. But if you do beat Ohio State and then you do lose to both of those teams, you'll still get in because that's a better win anyway.
Yeah.
Unless they fall off.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Well, Brian, tell us a little bit about what's going on. What kind of plan? I know the rain is supposed to be coming in. What are y'all going to do this weekend as far as giving the people what is going to happen and what you're going to do?
Well, crawfish season is winding down, unfortunately. So we kind of got that bad news. So, I mean, we're just pushing a ton of crawfish. The garage doors, if it's raining hard, they'll stay shut. So we'll be limited seating. We still have about 70 seats inside, though, so we got plenty of room. Turns into a little more of a party atmosphere inside when we do that. But we'll have the college baseball on all weekend, NBA playoffs, NHL, if anybody really cares about those two things.
That's right. Well,
SEC softball tournament's on the Jumbotron right now, so and that's pretty much it. We just got to get through this rainy weekend, man.
sounds like a plan. And Mother's Day, you'll be opening up for the moms as well, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a wet one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll be open for it.
The Longhorns have they're playing in Knoxville against the Volunteers this week.
Yeah, it'll be loud, but it won't be loud after halftime. Whoops, did I say that out loud? My bad, guys. But either way, Brian, thank you so much, my friend. Go see Stone Cold Brian Austin at the Lone Star Bull House. Brian, what's the address? What's the physical address so people can know?
320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
All right, go see him, and we appreciate you calling in, my friend. I appreciate it.
I'll see you later.
All right, buddy. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and go straight to the line. We got Taylor Devers on the line on a shocker. Taylor, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
We're doing fantastic. What is going on, man?
Man, first, let me just say, Jeff, that's a great Trash Panda shirt. I got to respect the game. I have to respect it.
You know why I bought all the minor league baseball shirts?
Because he never played baseball and he never made the All-Star team.
No, it's because nobody really hates any team that's in minor leagues. You know, if you buy the professional, the college jerseys and all that, everybody's always a hater. But nobody really hates minor league baseball teams in particular.
That's true.
That's very true. Well, I just wanted to get on here today because Florida State got an absolute victory today.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I guess you could say. Georgia has canceled the home-and-home series. Both Florida State and Georgia have mutually agreed to cancel that home-and-home series, and now they're kind of exploring some neutral site games. So whether you think that's a win or a loss, primarily they might get out of Georgia playing Georgia altogether, which I think is a fantastic win because I don't think Florida State by 2027, whether they have Norvell in the coaching ranks or whether they have another coach, I mean, that's going to be a tough ask to either play at Athens in 2027 or vice versa. Yes, I understand they played LSU, they played Alabama, they've won all those games, and they've gotten a really good head start on SEC opponents. But it just feels like this is just a disaster waiting to happen. Not necessarily saying it's going to be a 23 Orange Bowl type of feel, but it's not going to be pretty. So I understand that Florida State is dealing with a lot of financial issues with, their deficit right now with the losing and just trying to find ways to find a little bit more money. They had the Savannah Bananas recently, just trying to find ways to get some money around. And I think this is a great opportunity to schedule another home game, avoid this whole neutral site situation altogether, maybe even get a revenge game against Jacksonville State. And, my gosh, that hurts my heart to say that because that's so embarrassing. But, I mean, you have to generate some kind of revenue somehow, and I want to see a home game rather than just going to Atlanta in a Sudafed home game for Athens, basically, in Georgia, and it just not even really being a neutral site environment for Florida State.
Hey, Taylor, would you do me a favor? Could you hang on the line for just a little bit longer? I got some questions I want to ask you right after the break. We got to take one. When we come back, we'll talk to Taylor about some of these questions that I have about the ACC Florida State. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
While other radio stations are playing national contests with winners in Timbuktu, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has real local winners.
Hi, this is Dave Meat from Panama City Beach.
Bona fide and certified local.
Man, that's fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
Keep listening to Win on the Gulf Coast.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. I just won $250 from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Anna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Thursday. The remainder of the day, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clouds and 79 with a moderate breeze out of the west-southwest at 15 miles per hour. Tonight, some clouds with lows around 69. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy much of the day, but with a small chance of sprinkles in the afternoon and evening, and a temperature near 78. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Men, 40% of us over 40 experience ED, but the blue pill isn't your only option. And ladies, are you living with bladder leaks? At Thrive Alternative Medicine, they're introducing the Umcella Chair, a non-invasive FDA-approved treatment for urinary incontinence and sexual wellness. It's simple. Sit in the chair, fully clothed, for 28 minutes. The Umcella Chair uses high-frequency energy to stimulate your pelvic floor muscles. Patients report better sexual satisfaction and improved bladder control. Call Thrive Alternative Medicine, 850-655-7090.
Operation Spay Bay Vaccine Clinic in Fountain, Florida, coming up May 16th. Yes, it's 17822 Center Drive, Fountain, Florida. Operation Spay Bay will be having a vaccination clinic on May 16th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Free rabies vaccines with $20 exam going to be in your area, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on May the 16th in Fountain, Florida. Operation Spay Bay. Get them fixed today.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community, and advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. .3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community, and advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button.
Your put-downs, smackdowns, and shutdowns.
That's the difference between a winning football team and a losing football team.
It's a Trash Talk Thursday on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. On this rainy Thursday, make sure that you're careful today. Don't forget, you will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to Ferrucci's Restaurante in beautiful downtown Panama City today at 5:15. Make sure you're tuned in and locked in. If you want to be a part of this show, you can be. 850-215-6290 is the way to do that. We got Jeffrey here, Bone Crusher's here, and on the phone line, we got Taylor Devers here from Norvell Central Chop Chat. Taylor, let me ask you this. Yesterday we were talking to the coach from the Auburn Tigers, and we were talking about how hard it was to make it into the college football playoff. Do you feel like that out of the three conferences, Big Ten, ACC, and the SEC, do you believe that it's the hardest thing to do, or the ranked of hardest to easiest would be Big Ten, ACC, and SEC? I said that was the reason that they're only going to take about 4 teams from the Big Ten because it's very top heavy. Then so hard. SEC, you can win you can lose 2 or 3 games, and just depending on what everybody else does, you possibly could get in to the college football playoff. That the SEC is kind of the easiest route to get into the playoff. What do you think, my friend?
Yeah. I mean, especially if you're not like Missouri, for example. Don't want to hate on Missouri too much, but like if you're a 3-loss Missouri team that's 9-3, you haven't really played a whole lot of schedule. Next thing you know, you're going to be outside looking in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have an Alabama team that's 9-3 that has a little bit difficult schedule. They've played a little more ranked teams. They've won a little bit more also, and they're able to get in. So, you have those bottom-tier teams that maybe have 3 losses or maybe even have 2 losses that don't even get in. And it's just heartbreaking to see kind of that same upper tier like you see with the Big Ten. Obviously, the SEC has a little more skill set in terms of what their teams are at the top. But, yeah, I agree. I think the ACC kind of gets the shorter end of the stick. You saw that with 2023 with Florida State, and you're kind of seeing it as you go through. Luckily, Miami was able to get in at the very last second last year or this past year, and it just kind of feels like that's kind of the totem pole right now. I think the Big Ten has got a lot of momentum with their conference, but as you said, that conference is very top-heavy.
Yeah, and that's what I think. Let me ask you this, talking about Florida State and Georgia canceling their home and away, and you're happy about it, I would be very happy about it. Sark talked about it last year when they got the reigning at that time was the reigning national champion. Do you think more teams are going to start doing that? Because, I saw where, Alabama's got some scheduled with Ohio State. There's some people down the road that are scheduling. I'm dead set against it as far as for my team because you said a lot. The only way that I think any of that would make sense is that if you're in the Big 12 or in another conference, even maybe the ACC, because you would need a win against a reputable team. But being in the SEC or either being in the Big Ten, I think it's a detriment because if you lose that game, then you almost have to be perfect in your conference.
Yeah, I definitely hate college football in terms of just the TV deals are getting out of hand at times. It's like, you're having all these neutral site games, and obviously networks have to get paid. Obviously, teams want to get paid as well, but even when Florida State played LSU in 22 and 23, they weren't playing home-and-home series. They were playing in those quote-unquote neutral site games. And, yes, they were productive. Yes, they were being watched across the country, and those are 2 premier brands. But you just look at the atmosphere that Doak Campbell Stadium could have, that Death Valley could have, and you think about the potential of what that could be, even in those home playoff games, those 12-5, all those games that you're going to have in the playoffs. With those teams, that's super exciting to see, and you could see that in the regular season, but it just seems like now the regular season, as we talked about before with this playoff potential expansion, isn't going to matter anymore. So teams just want to get as easy of a route as they can, get as many wins as they can without losing as many games, and so that way you can get in the playoffs and you don't have to put it in the committee's hands anymore.
Well, what if you did have some of these cross-conference games and say you had Alabama playing Indiana and Ohio State playing Texas and Georgia playing Miami or Notre Dame? Well, what's going to happen is these guys are going to make the playoff, and they'd already played this year. Nobody wants to see it again for the second time.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that a lot of people think too. And I know it's all about eyes. I understand that a lot of people around the country want to see those games, but at the same time, they don't want to see it twice.
No.
It's almost like the Ole Miss game, from last year with Tulane. I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of situations there where, yes, it's productive. Yes, it's great to watch and it's great to see those Power 5 versus Group of 5 matchups, but you already know the results from the first game. Now you're wanting to match them up again? There's just certain things that you don't want to see again. That's one of them. I know Ohio State and Texas was a great matchup, and we understand, but that can also be a detriment to what Texas' season was later on the year. So you just don't really understand some of these teams that are going through, and yes, we clown on a lot of people for scheduling these cupcake opponents, but you almost have to because, these teams are getting judged by these losses that they're going to have and stuff like that. And it's almost like, yes, we talk about the regular season not mattering, but those losses matter a whole heck of a lot. I mean, just ask Notre Dame.
Yeah, and you know what? If I was the scheduler for, say, Alabama, Georgia, anybody, call me Betty Crocker, baby, because I am going to schedule cupcakes outside of the conference, especially with 9 games to play in the conference every year. Betty Crocker is my middle name. That's what I'd be called.
I think that all these conferences, now that Big Ten's been playing 9 games in conference, ACC is, I think there's all but like 4 or 5 teams that are playing 9 games scheduled this upcoming season. SEC is going to a 9-game schedule. So now you're left with 3 non-conference opponents. Florida's locked in with the Gators. That's not going anywhere. So geographically, if you look at it, the Seminoles have to play the Hurricanes and the Gators. So you don't have to go down and play a South Florida or UCF.
No.
You're already playing in your state twice a year, every year.
Yep.
And then every Florida State game goes north or east, right? Because the ACC footprint is that way. I feel like you have to kind of shoot down I-10 going west, go play a South Alabama, go play Houston Cougars and all that, and just play, I don't want to call them a mid, but I mean – Sun Belt and Big 12?
Oh, no. I wouldn't go Big 12. I'd go all Sun Belt. Give me everybody in the Sun Belt except for Tulane or JMU.
So you go Southern Miss?
No, I'd go
Louisiana Tech?
Louisiana Lafayette. I'd go those teams just so that I make sure I get the win.
I like the fact that Mobile's only like, what? Not even 4 hours away. It's like 3.5-hour drive from Tallahassee.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that could create a rivalry outside of your conference. Not a big rivalry, but it's on the coast. I like that setup.
It's a win. That's what I'm looking for.
And I think Houston Cougars will get TV coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. But then if they have a great season and, you know, get a transfer quarterback that they pay $1 million to, then we're talking about, oh, my gosh, I can't believe they lost to Houston.
Yeah.
Well, you have to think, too, that Houston also has Keyshawn Henderson, who was a 5-star quarterback out of this past cycle.
Exactly.
And they paid a pretty penny for him, and I do think they're going to be pretty good this year.
And Willie Fritz is not a shabby coach, but the problem is that's always a stepping stone. It's always 3 or 4 or 5 years if you're like a Kevin Sumlin or some kind of coach that's going to go somewhere else.
Jeff's an old school guy, so you know, like at his house, he's got a curio, which is like a piece of furniture that has glass on the outside, and then, you know, he keeps stuff inside of there. And inside of his curio at home, there's a montage of Willie Fritz. He loves Willie Fritz. Willie Fritz is like Jeff's hero. Every time there's a coaching opportunity for somebody to come available, it's Willie Fritz, Willie Fritz, Willie Fritz. Why hasn't anybody called Willie Fritz? But I'm just telling you, when you start talking about Houston, I knew it was going to come up before too long, because we don't go a week without talking about Willie Fritz. So just so you know, Willie Fritz is a great fit for the Florida State Seminoles next year.
But you know what? Inverse, though, Paul wants to get Brian Kelly, of all people, onto this show.
I do.
And you know what I said? I told him yesterday, I said,
I do.
I would want to talk to Jimbo Fisher over Brian Kelly any day.
I want to know what the AI is saying. I don't know. I want to know what Claude's got to say.
That would be something. Just having Jimbo just have his mumbled up speech. I mean, he talks very, very, very fast.
Yeah.
So you might not even understand what he's saying half the time. But, you know, Brian Kelly might have the southern accent out there, too. So who knows?
No,
yeah.
Please no.
Yeah, Jeff would like Jimbo because they'd be able to talk the same talk because they both kind of seem to be Cajun. So that sounds pretty good. But let me ask you this real quick. I know we don't have much more time. How do you feel about what the Seminoles have done on the recruiting trail? Now, I will be talking tonight. I'm going to be going on the Buddy Martin Show talking about the Gators and talking about what they've done. And they've been really successful. I mean, they've landed some really good offensive line talent, you know, just this week. The Gators have. And I don't know if any of those were snatched away from Florida State or if there was any interest there. But how do you feel about Florida State and what they've done on the recruiting trail so far?
To be honest with you, I'm very positive when it comes to Florida State, but this is one of the most underwhelming aspects of what Florida State has done this year in this offseason.
I thought so.
Bringing up that recruiting cycle, I mean, that's 39th in the country. They've had 6 commits. It just seems like, you know, they had the running back Ty Keys was potential. He was out of the state of Mississippi. He commits to the Miami Hurricanes before Florida State even gets an official visit with him. He was actually going to be leading in the recruitment for Florida State. And then all of a sudden Miami comes in, you know, NIL probably involved there. But it just seems like Champ Mons, you know, 4-star quarterback, he commits to Notre Dame. And now you're having to scramble for options, potentially going after Logan Flaherty out of Fort Charlotte. It just seems like there's a lot of different things that Florida State is struggling with. And it seems like they're going all in on a couple of these targets. And then next thing you know, their backup plan comes to comes there and they're like, oh, well, we might go after this guy, but then they end up going after a transfer at the end of the year, and then you're kind of sitting there scratching your head like, yeah, this first option could have been obtained if you were able to give more resources to that person. But it just seems like Florida State's kind of going in the backwards direction, and these summer visits are so important to what Florida State is going to do this season, and you've got to have some of those guys come in the early part of June and even later part to finish those guys up in July. You've got to have a huge class this year.
Let me ask you something about this. Do you think it has anything to do with Florida when you talk about the Gators, how good they've been on the trail? Do you think it's because it's, Summerall has made a concerted effort, and they've talked about the difference between him and Napier as far as with the media. He is on just about every day with somebody from the state of Florida, talking football, talking something, and he is all over social media. Do you think that has anything to do with it? Because they know that when they go to Florida, they're going to be able to be all over social media, especially with all of the podcasts and all of that.
Yeah, it was a weird exchange whenever he had that social media interaction with the live Gator, and trying to promote for social media. It was weird. Yeah. And then next thing you know, he talks about the bowl eligibility, and he might just jump off the building, before he even gets to that point if Florida's not bowl eligible. So it just seems like there's just a lot of antics that go into that. He's a high-energy guy, loves football. Just coming from those southern roots that he has, he's a relentless recruiter. And that was kind of the worst fear for Florida State. While Summerall is a Group of 5 coach, and you understand that there are some limitations, he is a way better recruiter than Billy Napier ever thought of being. And I think this is a situation Florida State's kind of at a crossroads. They have to figure out what to do in terms of this. They cannot let Summerall beat them in year one, because he has already got that new car smell that Mike Norvell never had, because, he come in during the 2020 season with COVID and everything like that was kind of a mess. I just think that he's building a strong relationship early on, and he's building all these Florida ties, and it's very, very scary for Florida State to really think about.
Do you think that that's the handwriting will be on the wall if he loses out and loses to the Gators? Obviously, what can salvage Norvell's job this year to get him going is nothing but wins. He's got to win, and if he doesn't, how far back? That's the question. That's the reason why I'm talking Brian Kelly. If you want to know why I'm talking Brian Kelly, it's because you got to have somebody that's going to immediately come in and have credibility. You cannot go in and get one of these coordinators. You can't get. You could get the new coach from Ohio State, Hartline, to come from USF if he does good, because he's a splash name. He knows kind of how to do it. But you've got to go after a big name at Florida State unless you want to see the ripple effect of what Norvell is kind of pushed into, because you don't want to be in the basement of recruiting in your state. And if Hartline starts getting it going, and you get you're having to fight him for recruits, that Florida State will be in a place it's never been before.
And Scott Frost is at UCF.
Yeah. I don't know if he's relevant anymore, but still. You know what I mean? Taylor, does that make sense to you? Because that's why I say these names: Brian Kelly, Jimbo Fisher, Brian Hartline. You got to have somebody that everybody knows, because if you don't, it's going to be tough, especially if they have to fire Norvell during the season.
Yeah, this would be my final point, but I just think that this is a situation where you had a James Franklin. You had him interested in your program.
Yep.
You decided to let him walk and go to Virginia Tech, and he expressed how interested he was in Florida State. And if you weren't confident in Norvell getting back to his 22-23 roots, then what are you doing? That was an established name. You knew what you were going to get. You knew you were going to get 8 or 9 wins. You talked earlier about Texas having that standard of 9 to 10 wins. I would kill for that right now. This is a program that is starving for success, and you just feel like there's just a lot of breakaway situations with Florida State where they're not viewed as the same program as before. So I just think Florida State has to get back to that level of consistency. We hope Norvell can do it, but if not, you have to go after an established name and not a Group of 5 coordinator that you just think could be a good option.
Is the basement for Florida State football, if they go 8-4 and beat the Gators, he saves his job?
Yes, 1,000%. I think 8 wins saves his job.
Yeah.
7, I'm a little bit, iffy about, because that means you're 5-5 in actual games.
Yeah.
Because you play 2 cupcakes.
So if you go 8-4, but you lose to the Gators by double digits, is he still gone?
I still think he's there. I think the seat is a little bit hotter if he is there, but I do think he is stabilized at Florida State, and the administration feels comfortable bringing him back another year.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're going to let you go, but I will say this before I let you go. We got John Summerall standing on top of the swamp about to jump if they don't get there. We got Taylor Devers holding a knife if they don't get there. You guys, take it easy, relax, we'll be okay. Thank you so much, Taylor, for coming in and calling in, and we appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all very much. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too. When we come back, we are going to dive into a little bit more, some questions. And we got a new segment we're going to be introducing today. You don't want to miss it. You want to stick around. And also, don't forget, $25 Ferrucci's gift card coming at 5:15. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win true Italian flavor in the Ferrucci Feast. Homemade pasta, handcrafted sauces, and centuries-old recipes. Listen weekdays at 8:15 and 5:15 for the Q2 call. When you hear it, be caller 10 at 850-215-6290 and win a $25 gift card to Ferrucci Restaurante in downtown Panama City from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs, with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5, and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food, on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Are you in need of reliable, secure, convenient self-storage? Too much stuff and not enough room to put it all? Stop on by to Your Storage Units. With a wide selection of climate and non-climate self-storage units, Your Storage Units is sure to have just what you need. From a small 5x5 to as large as a 10x20 and up. Just remember, if you need more space and less clutter, call Your Storage Units 850-252-4309 at 7100 US 98 right over the Hathaway Bridge and PCB behind the Taco Bell.
Beyond the score. Touchdown! Beyond the headlines.
Double play!
Our coverage goes deep.
Highway robbery!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We are pumped up and ready to go. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Baseball, don't forget it. The Braves will be taking place against the Dodgers tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 8 o'clock. First pitch, it's a late one, 9:15. They're going to be playing in L.A., so you'll be able to check that out. Don't forget the Braves on the Gulf Coast is sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories. Don't forget to always listen and watch the Braves and us. Jeffrey, I don't want to talk about it right now, but I'm going to talk about it at the top of the hour. I got something I want to share with you, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, but with that being said, I want to talk about something that just came out today. Sports Illustrated ranked their top 20 greatest WWE superstars. And I want to tell you who the list is. And I want you to tell me who you're surprised that is on the list. And then tell me, do you think somebody shouldn't be number one. But this is Sports Illustrated's top 20 greatest WWE wrestlers. You know what? I know you laugh, but wrestling in this area gets a plethora of coverage. People love it. They love the old school. They love the new school. They love the local wrestling, all of that. Go ahead.
They've even got MMA.
Yeah.
Mixed martial arts up in this area. All the way out to from Pensacola to here.
Yeah,
you know?
It's big. Yeah,
it's
and
huge.
I'm going to be doing I've been asked to do a bare knuckle fighting here soon. And I'll be sharing the details of that as well.
Do you wrap your knuckles?
No, I'm not doing it. I'm just going to be. No, I know you can tell I've been.
Did you check with your wife?
I know you can tell I've been doing push-ups.
Yes.
That's what you were saying. Like, man, you're looking chiseled up in here.
Shoulders getting big.
But no, I'm going to go and do some commentating.
Fighting.
Yeah, so that's
my goodness. I'm half Cajun. I'm not that crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I watch it all the time. I mean, you know, we got DirecTV, and it's on like every.
Is it straight out of Dublin or Belfast, Ireland?
Man, I don't know. No, it's like in Florida. It's the Hard Rock Cafe in Florida.
Oh,
and
wow.
Man, I love it. I enjoy
desperate
it.
for money. They'll do anything.
A lot of times they'll put it in a smaller circle, and it like makes you have to be close. And then they have a triangle ring. And there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, baby. If you're not ready to throw the knuckles, if you're not ready to throw the hands.
Is that the worst thing about boxing is when they start hugging each other all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah. I do. But let's get to it.
Back to WWE.
All right, here we go. Sports Illustrated ranks the top 20 greatest WWE wrestling superstars of all time.
I can't put them in order.
If you agree with this or disagree with this, you can comment on the Facebook page. You can text in or call in 850-215-6290. Number one. Now, who would be your number one wrestler? Who do you think the greatest of all time is? Who would be your number one?
You know, I think of the personalities and all that, who's the most entertaining and everything.
Yeah.
And I think the top three would probably be The Rock.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And Stone Cold.
Not Brian Austin.
No,
Steve Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Austin. Yeah, I would say those three would be the top three. And then I know I'm forgetting, I forgot his name, though. There's a guy I'm thinking is fourth. Oh, yeah. What is
John Cena?
John Cena, yes. So is he number 4 or is he in the top 3?
John Cena is in the top 4. I'll give you the top. They ranked number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin as number 1. Number 2, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Number 3, The Rock.
There you go. I got the top 3.
Number 4, John Cena.
That's it. Yep.
Number 5, Roman Reigns.
Oh, so that's the guy right now.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Not yet there.
Number 6, The Undertaker. Number 7, Triple H.
No.
Number 8, Shawn Michaels. Number 9, Bret Hart.
And no Ric Flair so far.
Number 10, Bruno Sammartino.
What?
Number 11, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Loved it. It was entertaining.
Number 12, Kurt Angle. Number 13, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yep.
Number 14, Edge. Number 15, Randy Orton. Number 16, Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Number 16?
Wow.
Number 17, CM Punk. Number 18, Chris Jericho.
Yeah. No. Wait a minute. You're saying he doesn't deserve that ranking?
Maybe.
He's top 20, man.
Yeah, okay. I'll give him that. Number 19, Mick Foley. Number 20, Becky Lynch. No Ric Flair.
That's crazy.
In the top 20.
That's crazy.
The Nature Boy. The Rolex wearing.
That's
limousine riding.
I'm sorry.
Jet plane flying. Nature Boy is not in the top 20.
I know that there's someone else missing out of that whole list we're going to have to find later.
I can't believe that Andre the Giant is ranked 16th. I'd put him in the top 10. No possible way. I get it. So I guess the reason why they're talking about Triple H is because now he's like one of the main guys because he's married into the family.
Well, same thing with Roman Reigns.
And he's the part of the – yeah, but, I mean, Roman Reigns is actually a wrestler. Triple H he was a part of DX and he did all the stuff and all that, but he was always secondary to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got Triple H number 7 and Shawn Michaels number 8. And see, I think it's opposite. I think Shawn Michaels should be number 7. I don't think Triple H should be in the top 10, especially over Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan at Madison Square Garden when he got slammed by Hogan and being the seventh wonder of the world or whatever they used to call him, that to me, when you see Andre the Giant, you immediately know who he is. A lot of people, if you showed them Triple H, I don't know if they would know who he was. Yeah. I mean, I know some people would, but some people would be like, "Who's that?"
Okay? The top 4, is that solid?
Yeah, that's solid. I think Hulk Hogan took wrestling somewhere because when he come in, this was when WWF, it was called WWF, was trying to go worldwide. And basically what that happened is once Hogan got there and they got him and they taught him how to do it and his character took off like wildfire, then all of the smaller places kind of got chewed up. It's kind of like when Walmart comes to the city, it takes out a lot of the mom and pop shops. And that's what it did with wrestling. And so with that being said, it went worldwide or at least nationwide instead of just being in territories.
Memphis and Alabama,
there used to be just territories. But is there anybody that you can think of right now that you're surprised that they wasn't on the list?
Well, Ric Flair, right?
Ric Flair.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
And then the second one wasn't there an Iranian guy, a Persian guy?
The Iron Sheik?
Yeah. He's not top 20?
Probably not.
Really?
I mean, he was who Hogan beat for the World Championship.
Yeah. I think he's top 20, though.
But I don't know. I mean, you got to think about, was Lex Luger, was he someone that should have been in there?
That's true.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, was he big enough? I don't think so. Tino San
Are you giving your nod to Becky then?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, go ahead. Just drop it on us.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, Becky. I don't know. I don't know who she is. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of the avid wrestling fans probably know exactly who she is, but I have no idea who she is.
And this is not an homage to your wife. I don't know who Becky is.
No, right. She's
not my phone.
Yeah, no, there's not a Becky in my phone.
Not a Becky in your phone.
But I mean that, and if they gave Triple H number 7 because of what he's done in the wrestling, outside of the ring, then you got to put Stephanie McMahon ahead of Becky because Stephanie McMahon has ran some of her dad's business for a long time and even wrestled and was a part of everything. And
so isn't there a Chyna?
Yeah, Chyna was a wrestler.
She was huge.
Yeah, literally.
It's tall and strong
she was big,
and everything.
Yeah. So obviously
I thought of her as the female face of the the whole
maybe
wrestling.
somebody can tell me. I know my brother loves wrestling. Maybe he can tell me who Becky Lynch is because I have no idea who she is. I'm definitely going to look her up. So no thanks.
Get beat up.
But either way, I mean, to me, the biggest shock, the whole reason why I wanted to share this is that they left out the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Yeah. And I just wonder if it's because of some of his antics that's been going on lately. And I'm not sure if it was, but Ric Flair, he's in the top 10 of all-time greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean...
And I'm not a big wrestling guy, I knew.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, we're going to come back. We won't be talking about wrestling. We will have some talks about the NFL. We got Big Nate waiting patiently on the line. We're going to talk a little bit about it when we get back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
Even Joel Embiid said, hey, when the series goes to Philadelphia, don't sell your tickets. I can't imagine any other star athlete who would say, hey, whatever you do, don't sell your tickets. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts would never have to say, don't sell your tickets to the Giants.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the north-northwest, mostly clouds and 70. Some clouds tomorrow morning, the same at 77. In the afternoon and evening, mostly cloudy and a gentle breeze right around 8 miles per hour with a high of 79. About the same at 75 Saturday, and we'll have mostly clouds in the morning and then a possibility of thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking, starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hales Show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We can go to a youth sporting event, drink, and you know how they can get when they don't get their way? Man, that can create a problem.
In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
The day and age we live in with parents going crazy and getting in fights, I don't see alcohol making that any better.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
5 minutes can save your life.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Local roots, global reach.
Shrunken it from 3.
The Sports Blitz never stops. And Paul Wilson has the mic.
The only way an LSU player can win the Heisman is they come from another team.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. The hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. It's Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the topic. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Hey, Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share. Right now.
We are live and local, and it is 5 o'clock. You know what that means? It's Thursday. You got one more day, baby, till the weekend. Make sure you be careful out there. It's a little wet, a little slippery. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget at 5:15, your chance to win a $50 or $25 gift card to Ferrucci's Restaurante in beautiful downtown Panama City. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 10 at 850-215-6290. It's the Ferrucci's Feast from Ferrucci's Restaurant in downtown Panama City, where anniversaries are celebrated and love stories begin. And don't forget tomorrow night, the Braves. But either way, right now, we're going to go ahead and go to the phone line. We got Big Nate on the line. Nathan, how are you today, my friend?
You guys, what makes you think I'm patient?
Well, you're still here.
Still holding on.
The only reason I stayed on is so that I could yell at you guys about me yelling at you guys on the radio while I was on hold while you're talking about the WWF.
That's right.
Because I'm old school, baby. Now, I have an answer to your guys' question really quickly. Ric Flair was not on the list because he's not a WWE person. He's from the WCW.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
the only reason he got acquired is when the buyout happened.
I know.
So they're not going to put him on that list. Plus, you're getting your list from Sports Illustrated. What do they know about wrestling?
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good radio. I can tell you that. And
Well, I was yelling at the radio at you guys.
Yeah, Neil Rivers said the same thing. He commented that it's WCW, not an NWA, not WWE. But Flair did have a good little run in WWE to his respect.
He did. He did great. He did great when he did the crossover. He still wanted to be employed, and he came back. And he did all the heel stuff. He even became a hero for a while. I mean, the main reason why they brought him back in, to be perfectly honest, is because there was a lot of legacy people that needed to get worked into the system.
Was Dr. J...
Cody Rhodes and all those guys that came up that are now old, which is just amazing to me.
Was Dr. J an NBA player?
Dr. J, yeah.
Yeah. He came from the ABA. Was Jackie Robinson a Major League Baseball player?
Yeah.
Yes. Came from the Negro Leagues. You can't say just because he came from someplace and he went to the WWE that he's not a WWE person.
I am saying that Sports Illustrated excluded him from the list because he wasn't an original WWE or F character.
So Phil Mickelson going to live golf is going to exclude him out of the PGA.
Something like that. But you got to remember, this is entertainment, not sports. So
it's sports entertainment. Wait a minute.
Those are real chairs.
Entertainment. What do you mean it's not real?
This is real chairs that they're on.
Sports entertainment as opposed to sports athletic entertainment.
I agree with you, Nate.
I'm with you. I love wrestling. I think that it should be held in a higher regard. But when you script your matches, and it's like, soap opera with steroids. I mean, come on. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, just be careful. Kids are listening.
You're not going to have a guy at the batter's box go out and kiss your pitcher. I mean, come on.
You watching too much Banana Ball.
No, I'm just saying that, you got a lot of these divas and stuff. They're out there, and they're always getting macked up. I mean, I digress.
It's a good thing you're big.
Good.
Right, you just don't know how big, sir.
That's true. I've seen pictures.
Whoa, that's scary.
You can run a lot faster than I can walk.
Oh, that's true, and that's what I'll be doing, running.
Oh my gosh. Let's get to your question, Nate. Jeffrey took it too far.
I was listening to Kyle Brandt from the who I love. I love to death. He's a WWF fan, so it kind of ties in. He made a report about Kaylee Stafford, which she was being interviewed of whether or not, is it okay to use Matt as opposed to Matthew when referring to her husband? And she said no. He's been in the league for almost 2 decades, or he has been for 2 decades. His name is Matthew Stafford, not Matt Stafford. She didn't like it, the abbreviated name, and she said it was disrespectful. But if you look at the actual quote that he quoted, where in the quote the disrespect came in, it basically lent to the flavor, in my opinion, that there's a little underlying disrespect in there that goes back to why they picked Ty Simpson when they did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
There's
when I call you...
It's subtle, but I can hear it in her voice when I'm imagining it, and she's talking about it, and she's like, okay, but she's not talking about disrespect just about his name. It's like his whole career has now been tainted with some kind of disrespect.
Well,
and it's very apparent to me.
Yeah. Well,
Favre was never worried about when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, but when Aaron Rodgers was there and they drafted Love, he did feel insulted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's going to be that way? Do you think he really was insulted, or does he realize that he's only got about 2 years left? Because I don't think Matthew Stafford, he's got girls, he coaches their flag football team, he does stuff with them, he brought them on stage. I do think he's looking for a curtain call season to end it with a Super Bowl win. I do believe that. If he gets it this year, he's gone. If he doesn't get it this year, I think he goes one more year, does his curtain call, says, hey, guys, it's been great, because he is in a lot of pain. His back's hurt. He's had concussions. Don't forget, he used to be a punching bag in Detroit. And so all of that stuff is coming. So I think this is it. I don't know. Do you really believe that he's upset about it? Because I don't. I don't think he is.
You were on the you're at the pinnacle. Okay, you lost to the Hawks. You shouldn't have lost to the Hawks. You thought you had beat them. You were going to go to the Super Bowl and beat the pants off of the Patriots. And he knew this. After that game, he was probably unconsolable for weeks. Okay? Then the draft comes several months later. Okay? And they picked Ty Simpson. When they could have picked a quality, they could have gone back and got him, right? Which is fine. But they could, at 13, there were people on the board that could have came in and helped the Rams get to a Super Bowl this year. You know it. I know it. Everybody that saw the draft knows it.
Except,
and knows that the Rams organization.
Except for the Rams organization, because they made a specific quote, and I quote him when I say this in my South Alabama way. We didn't see anybody in the draft that would help us get to a Super Bowl. We went ahead and went with Ty Simpson. That's what they didn't believe it. Unless, do you think unless you just think that he was just doing this as a favor to his friend because he is friends with.
You're at 13. You could have moved up. You could have done something to move up and get somebody that would be more preferable for a Super Bowl run as a rookie that can make an impact this year for Matt, but they chose not to.
Do you believe, Jeffrey? Do you believe there was somebody offensively that would be beneficial for the Rams? Name them.
Well, it's not Fano because he was already gone. It's an offensive lineman, though. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Somebody. They had 7 offensive linemen go like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yep. And they were big.
So, and he had problems last year, if you don't remember, against the Hawks, about pressure.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much that he got sacked, but he wasn't able to move because he is injured. So wouldn't you want to protect him as much as possible?
Yeah.
They could have picked up a tight end. They have plenty of tight ends. But they love their tight ends. They could have picked up another tight end, and nobody would have batted an eye. But as soon as they pick up Ty Simpson, they're like, well, why? And then they have to explain themselves. Why have to explain yourselves? Because you made a bad call.
You're using, both of y'all are using the wrong pronoun. It's not they, it's the general manager. Let's just throw it on him. In 2 or 3 years, this guy's going to be gone. This is nepotism. It's a bad hire.
Wow.
I mean, the fact that I was watching the interview after the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And their head coach is sitting there, and he tried to play it off. There's no way you play that off, dude.
He didn't even try.
I've been in rooms with people with bad body language after making somebody makes a decision that you don't agree with, and they're stewing like stewed tomatoes for like all night. You're like, oh my God, what did you do? And he can't say that. I mean, he's normally kind of a cool. He knows what to say. He was speechless.
Well, you're exactly right. Well, let me say this though. Going back to your initial deal.
Yes, sir.
Think about what happens in a marriage with a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
When you have someone that offends the husband normally, a lot of times, is quiet. What usually happens? The wife comes out somehow, some way, and says something.
She will bare her teeth because...
Right.
I mean, she's going to bare her teeth.
Yes.
Because she's got 6 girls. And the fact that they're probably bucking for their own reality show someday.
Oh, no, I hope not.
Marry a Stafford daughter, whatever. I mean... When they all get old enough, they're going to be pawning them off on whoever. But the fact is that I had 3 daughters, and if I had a career that he had, I would want to protect them as much as possible rather than my career.
Right.
So the fact that he's still playing, he must have some sort of go-go juice or some doctor saying, yeah, you know what? You're injured, but you can play through it if you want.
Yeah, of course.
And nobody's telling him not to. If I was his wife and he was that hurt from the year before, I would have probably said no. But after this last year and what he was able to accomplish with the MVP, he's obviously proved to her that he can still chuck the pill.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's first ballot Hall of Fame.
Pick him up. She's a great wife, all right? The fact that she made this comment shows that she supports him 100,000%.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's the deal. Maybe he is offended about stuff, and maybe
but
this
won't
is just
say
something.
anything, so she kind of hints at. Well,
there you
she
go.
blatantly came out and said, "Don't call him Matt. I don't like it. He obviously doesn't like it because I'm having to say it for him."
Right.
I'm not saying this is going to happen and all that. But let's say we get closer to the season and Matthew Stafford says, "You know what? I'm just going to hang it up." This would be the third biggest retirement shock, maybe the fourth biggest. Yeah, probably the fourth biggest retirement shock of all time, because Andrew Luck, Barry Sanders, and Jim Brown are the top three.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't see him doing it because everybody talked about it at the end of the season, and it was like the same way. I keep forgetting what the name of the head coach is. What's his head coach?
McVay.
Okay,
McVay.
the same way McVay. The same way McVay responded to them drafting Ty Simpson is the same way he responded to the question if Matthew Stafford was going to retire at the end of the season.
Right.
So that kind of gives you all you need to know about that.
And plus, he's got so many people he's tied up with there. Like, he's got some definite people on that team that are they will live or die for him.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Could you just imagine being in misery at the Detroit Lions for all these years and finally get to the promised land and it's not as, rosy as he thought it would be?
Well, isn't it though? I mean, he's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they're returning to probably they're going to have to beat Nate's Hawks to get back to the Super Bowl, right, Nate?
Yeah, well, they can try.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much for the call, my friend. All right, we're going to go ahead and go back to the phone line. We got Ed patiently waiting in San Antonio, Texas. Ed, how are you today, my friend?
Hey, guys, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Ed?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. I got 124 days sober today, man.
Oh, congratulations, man. That is fantastic.
Man, we're rocking and rolling, dude. But I was listening to y'all, man, and, I was just thinking, I had one topic, but I'm going to switch gears on it.
Yeah.
As when we watch sports and we love these people who entertain us. Let's be real. We love them, we hate them, we boo them, we cheer them. But in retrospect, it's sad to see these people retire, but some...
I think we lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. No, but it's like we're entertained by these people. We love them, we hate them, we boo them, we cheer them, blah, blah, blah. But, not every pro gets to walk away into the sunset, man, with a championship. And we have to accept that.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants the Michael Jordan-esque type style. They want to be able to win their last one and be done and call your own shot and call your own play. But it just, unfortunately, just doesn't work out that way most of the time.
You have to be a Denver Bronco because John Elway and Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that's true.
It went back. But that's few and far in between.
It is. It so is. And that's the thing with Matthew Stafford. I think he's got the biggest shot at doing it this year. I mean, he's got his team coming all the way back. And like Nate said earlier, they were 1-2 plays away from being right in the Super Bowl. And I felt like the winner of that game between the Seahawks and the Rams was going to win the world title anyway. So, and that was the thing to me.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, well, I just wanted to call in, throw in my 2 cents. I wish I was a good show. I wish I was a 10th caller, but I'll let it be. I'll shake that off. And I'll let y'all get back at it. We'll haul at you.
All right, Ed.
Ed, other than the Rams and the Seahawks, out of the NFC, what team do you think has a good shot? Is it the Lions, the Eagles? Who are we talking here? Packers?
No. Let's just go. Eagles make more sense on paper, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
That's true. They did win the Super Bowl. If they continue the same playbook, I don't see who's going to break them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who's y'all's idea, by the way, if you don't mind asking?
I think as a fan favorite, I want the Lions to win. I want something to happen for that city and that franchise. Even though they've treated people really wrong in the past, I feel like it could be a turning of the leaf, turning of the page.
You think a championship would change the city's dynamic, maybe, for the best?
Oh, my God. You know how much it changed New Orleans? It's unreal. And we're talking 17 years later, and it just changed the whole outlook of New Orleans.
Well, let me say this. Go Spurs, go. We'll holler at y'all later, guys, all right?
All right, Ed, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We are
Later.
going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're going to dive into some of that NBA talking, and we got to get the new segment going.
And
You're listening
Ferrucci's.
to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Who's hungry? Caller 10 wins a $25 gift card in the Ferrucci Feast. Call now. 850-215-6290. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd.
The Denver Nuggets, their season's over. What they've become is Milwaukee 3 years ago, where they have this legendary big, they win a title, and then it's fear-based decisions, clinging to older players, and you're afraid to make a big move. Denver, you got to blow it up.
The Herd. Weekdays 2 to 4. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the north-northwest, mostly clouds and 70. Some clouds tomorrow morning, the same at 77. In the afternoon and evening, mostly cloudy and a gentle breeze right around 8 miles per hour with a high of 79. About the same at 75 Saturday, and we'll have mostly clouds in the morning and then a possibility of thunderstorms. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorrento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida gets results. Here's Brandon Strickland from Recommended Collision Center, Jinx Avenue in Panama City.
At Recommended Collision Center, we're all about taking care of our community, and advertising on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has helped us do just that. Social media ads were getting stale, but the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson gave us a fresh way to reach local customers. We've seen more vehicles coming in for estimates, more phone calls, and more people recognizing our name. It's been a great partnership for our business, pairing up with 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
To see how 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida can help grow your business, go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button. Get your message heard and cut through the clutter. Go to ESPNPC.com and click the contact button.
Mamma mia. We have another winner in the Ferrucci Feast.
Hello, are you there, caller?
I am here.
Well, let me tell you this. What's your name, sir?
My name is Scott.
Scott, you are the 10th caller. You have won the $25 Ferrucci gift card in beautiful Panama City, where anniversaries are celebrated and love stories begin. How exciting are you over this?
That's awesome. I've been there before. I love that restaurant. It's a great restaurant, and I am psyched.
Well, that sounds so good. I'm so glad you're listening, Scott. Are you from Panama City, Panama City Beach? Where you living from?
Well, I live over by the airport in Panama City Beach, but I'm basically a Cleveland fan by way of Nashville. So I'm a big Cavs fan and looking forward to the Cavs-Pistons game tonight.
Do you think they've got a shot at winning this series?
I do. I'm not overly impressed with Detroit. I think if we can limit our turnovers and get some equal foul, get some good charity stripe, equality, I think we win this one. And then we win both at home, and then we close it out back in Detroit.
Don't you think James Harden's going to have to up his scoring?
Oh, yeah.
He can't not score 8 points. I mean, he's got to shoot the ball, he's got to make baskets, and he's got to do the things that got him there. Mitchell is the star of the team. We made fun of this team before when they made the trade that they were going to have to, maybe bring 2 balls and let them play with 2 balls. But all jokes aside, James Harden's going to have to score for them to be effective.
Yeah. Well, you're absolutely right. And James has been hard on himself for all the turnovers, not only in this series but in the Orlando series. But I bet you we're going to see James have a 25 tonight and at least 30 from Donovan. We're going to win this thing by 10 tonight, no doubt in my mind.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cleveland needs something happy to happen very soon.
I agree.
So I'm excited about it. It'll be curious to see what happens. But, Scott, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for calling in, man, and go have some fun. Who are you going to be taking who are you going to take with you?
Oh, I need to take my wife. It's my 30th wedding anniversary coming up, so I am taking my wife.
There you go. Well, happy anniversary, and, man, I appreciate it.
All right, have a good night.
You too. That's awesome, man. I'm glad. This is a great contest. I love it. Jeffrey, let's talk about the NBA. What do you think about? You know what? Let's go into something else that happened last night on the air. Everybody was talking about it today. So you know how they have players that are playing that have lost out. They come on the show to talk, and they talk to Barkley, and they talk to Kenny Smith, and all those. Well, they had Draymond Green on last night.
I don't even want to talk about him.
He come on last night, and Barkley was kind of trying to say, where do you see yourself? Obviously, you're older now. Basically saying what everybody knows, which is that Golden State is pretty much in a rebuild. Steph's older now. Draymond's older now. Clay's gone. Steve Kerr might not even be there. Yeah. And he was just, stating the facts. Mm-hmm. And Draymond Green comes out and says, all I'm trying to do with my career is not be what you were when you were at Houston.
What?
That's what he said to him. Yeah, which he averaged the double-double when he was at Houston, even though he was an older player. Yeah. And it was like Charles Barkley at Houston was way better than Draymond Green at Golden State ever, because he never averaged the double-double. They left you wide open. Him and Austin Rivers have been kind of going back and forth online before all of this, and now Draymond Green. Do you think Draymond Green is just trying to build himself a platform for when he does retire, because he does, for whatever reason, garner a lot of attention because he's so outspoken? Mm-hmm. And when I started talking about him, you frowned your face up. You don't like the guy, right?
Oh, I hate him. As far as active players go right now, there's nobody that I hate more than Draymond Green. And he's all for shock value. He says stupid things.
Well, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, he's not correct. I hate it when people are incorrect and they don't even acknowledge it later on after. I mean, what were they? They were the 9th or the 10th team? They were the 10th. I think they were the 10th. They were the 10th team.
Yeah.
They were the last team in the Western Conference to get in. They had to play the play-in tournament, which actually most people will say is not part of the playoffs.
Right. No.
You have to qualify to get there.
You're not even making the playoffs.
Yeah. So, you're no Barkley.
No.
And Barkley, he was more wasting his time at the 76ers at first than he was at the Rockets at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Because he had potential with the Rockets.
Yeah, they were all let's just
chasing
be honest.
a ring.
They were all chasing a ring.
Yep.
Gary Payton did it. Sean Kemp did it. All those guys did it.
Karl Malone
did it.
Yep.
They all did it. They all tried to chase a ring, and it just didn't happen for some of them. Some people it has happened for. I mean, when you look at some of the people that have joined teams in the end and they go on and win, it's a kind of a cool thing. Let me ask you this. Do we put too much emphasis on greatest of all time because of championships? Because, we go through all of that, and a lot of times, Charles Barkley gets a bad rap on it. Karl Malone gets a bad rap on it. John Stockton gets a bad rap on it.
Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, but all those guys never won a championship, and so, I'll just be honest with you. I've never been a person that thought that your play, you had to lead your team to be a champion to be one of the greats of all time.
Okay, so if I were to compare Montana to Marino or Elway to Marino, it's a conversation.
Yeah, and it's because championships.
Yeah, I mean Montana's got 4.
But check this out.
But if Elway had never won his 2 back-to-back,
he would still be a first ballot Hall of Fame because he led his team to those championships that he lost, or to the Super Bowls that he lost.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. Let's just be honest. Terrell Davis was the reason why the Broncos won those world championships with John Elway.
In the defense, it was a total team effort.
Well, yeah, no. I'm just saying, like on the offensive side of the ball, it was not. We definitely. I mean, he could still spin it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Elway he probably can still throw it at his age.
They weren't even a 1 seed. I believe it was the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think were a 1 seed one of those 2 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Montana over Elway, and Elway's got 2 rings.
Yeah. You think Montana over Elway?
No. I'm sorry, Marino. Marino over Elway, and Elway has 2 rings.
Yeah. As far as greatest of all time?
As far as like the ranking goes and everything, top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
That's your ranking?
Some people wouldn't even have Elway in the top 10 as a quarterback.
Wow. Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because the bias. It's recency bias.
Yeah.
Because Drew Brees, people are going to put Drew Brees in there, right?
No.
What?
No.
Do you know the number? Oh, you got to look at the numbers, man. I'm sorry.
That's the other thing about me.
He's got 1 title too.
That's the other thing about me. Stats. Yeah. If you stat pack, I just don't. I don't know.
I'm not sure if anybody has 5,000 yards twice.
Yeah.
I think it's only him.
Yeah.
If you look at the TDs and interceptions and everything, and what he did for more than a decade, it's crazy. His stats are just unreal.
Well, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's top 25 of all time. I don't think he's top 10 of all time. I do not think Drew Brees is top 10 quarterback of all time.
Elway is a top 10. You better think about this.
I don't know. I don't know if Elway's a top 10.
Because Bradshaw's not going to be in there.
I think if again, it's kind of like the Eli Manning effect. Were you the best quarterback in your era to be considered?
And Elway was maybe 3rd.
Yeah. And I'd say he was 3rd, but I think Montana and Marino are definitely better than Brees. And then you got Peyton. I think Peyton's better than Brees, and I know Brady's better than Brees. So that's 4
and then
right
Mahomes.
off the bat. And then Mahomes, I would take Mahomes.
So you just named 5 people
that are better than Brees right off the top. And so, I mean, that's not talking about.
And in the recency bias, you're going to forget about anybody who's won titles back in the days. The Terry Bradshaws, the Bart Starrs. Fran Tarkenton never won one.
Right.
But he took his team, 4 times to the title?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he was quarterback all 4 times. Probably only 3. But still.
You still have to look at it real heavy on who, who is the one that is better than Brees. And I mean,
and now he's going to be top 10.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Brees is a top 10.
I just again, I don't see it. I mean, I can't. I don't know. I mean, William Bush says you got to rank Brees way up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
top 10, not top 5. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the top 5 I just named.
Yeah, you just named it. That's I'll stick with that.
Yeah. So that's your top 5, no matter what order or whatever.
If Mahomes is 5, I'm okay with that. If he's 4, whatever.
And I mean, we got to look at it the way that the game has changed too. I mean, because Brees didn't run very much. He threw the ball mostly. I mean, that was the deal. And Mahomes runs more than him. Yeah. So now you would say, oh, my gosh, Mahomes. Let me ask you this. If Josh Allen continues to have the success that he's had as far as stats and being MVP, if he gets another MVP or 2 more MVPs, I mean, he's first ballot Hall of Famer?
No. If he
So you basically think you have to win Super Bowls to be a first-round Hall of Famer?
I think I'm telling you, does he have 2 playoff wins? I mean, that's really weak. He's like Phillip Rivers, man. Essentially, right now, he is Phillip Rivers with
Phillip
an
Rivers
MVP,
never won an
with
MVP.
an MVP trophy.
Right.
It's a trophy. Put it up on the shelf. It'll collect dust.
Yeah. I worry about the stat packing. Yes, Breeze and them won it. I mean, did Breeze have any help? You know what I mean? Like,
he had defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see his numbers in the playoffs. I would like to see his numbers in the actual Super Bowl. Because if you look at Brady's numbers in Super Bowls wasn't like as much as you think.
Yeah.
I mean, the most passing yards that Brady, I think, ever had in a Super Bowl was the Super Bowl they lost to the Giants with Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? Like, really, I'm trying to think of more quarterbacks, but I don't know. Maybe I'm discounting Breeze so much because, I mean, you got, William Bush is saying, top 10. You're saying top 10. I don't know.
I mean, Lamar Jackson has MVP. That says it right there. He's not top 15.
No.
He's probably not even top 20.
Right. I mean, recency bias and all of that.
Because everybody forgets Dan Fouts. How phenomenal he was for
he was
shorter
so
period
good.
of time.
He was so good.
And then
is he better than?
And then there's Jim Kelly.
Yeah, is Jim Kelly better than Drew Brees? He took his team to 4 championships
in a row.
And
it's still he's not.
He took him to 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
4 in a row.
And then there's Troy Aikman.
Here we go.
There you go. He's top 10. Jim Kelly's probably.
Why
not.
is Jim Kelly not top 10? And okay, let me say this. Hold on. One of the top running backs in the history of the NFL played with Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
One of the greatest wide receivers.
Yeah, top 15
of all time.
Yeah. Michael Irvin is top 15.
One of the best offensive lines to ever play the game.
Probably top 5 of all time.
Can you name anybody? Can you name anybody on the Buffalo Bills offensive line for Jim Kelly? Can you name one offensive lineman?
If you listed off the names, I'd probably say, oh yeah, I remember that guy. But
can you name anybody from the offensive line of
Leon Lett?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Was it Leon Lett? Was he? No, he's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle. Him and Russell Maryland.
No, they had a bunch of guys, and they had Moose, and they had
their offense. Yeah, they had Alvin Harper. I mean, they had everybody. Jay Novacek. I mean, they were stacked. So I'm going to surprise you and say no.
That Troy
Aikman is not a top 10 quarterback. I think Jim Kelly is. He took his. Okay, can you name his wide receivers?
Reed and
McConkey, right? Or did he play with the Giants?
No.
Yeah,
Reed, and they had another guy, Beebe Lofton too. Yeah, that's right.
And Don Beebe.
And then the running back was
Thurman Thomas. Yeah, so Thurman Thomas and Emmitt Smith kind of But I mean, Don Beebe, James Lofton.
Yeah.
I mean, and Andre Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, they were good. Don't get me wrong, but they wasn't Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper.
Yeah.
And Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be. I mean,
and Johnston was a fullback.
Jack Patterson says Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach. Oh yeah,
that's number 6. We got.
I'm sorry,
he's
in the top 10.
Yeah, he's in there, and I mean, if you're saying Troy Aikman, that's 7. I'm saying Jim Kelly. You're saying out.
Is Terry Bradshaw top 15?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I think Terry Bradshaw is. I'm going to say it, man. I mean, he had Franco Harris. Mm-hmm. He had Lynn Swann.
The defense was crazy
good. The defense was great.
Steel curtain.
Yeah. I mean, the defense was great. But all those teams had great defense. The Dallas Cowboys defenses were great. Cornelius Bennett and Darryl Talley for the Buffalo Bills were great.
Just as you say, 3 titles in 4 years for the Cowboys, 4 titles in 6 years for the Steelers.
Right. I mean, I got to put him in the top 10. I got to.
Wow.
I got to. So that's 8.
Yeah.
I mean, we're working closer.
You're working closer.
And I think really
Ben Roethlisberger's not top 10.
No. You got to give those.
Aaron Rodgers, no.
Oh, wait a minute.
Nope.
Is Aaron Rodgers?
Brett Favre is.
Hold on, Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers better than Drew Brees?
Brett Favre is.
In their prime,
In their
who
prime.
do you take?
I
Brett
take
Favre?
Brett Favre.
Do you take Drew Brees over Aaron Rodgers in his prime?
Yeah, absolutely. Breeze over Rodgers.
No.
Yes.
See, I can't do
absolutely.
it. So absolutely
The Packers weren't even the best team the year that he won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yep.
But he was the best quarterback.
They won the title, but they weren't even the best team.
There were 2 or 3 years that he was the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's never been a time where you could say that about Drew Brees.
Yeah, but if you look at the numbers back to back against each other, you'll see that Breeze is head over Rodgers.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said Steve Young and Jim McMahon.
No. McMahon doesn't even top 20. Steve Young is probably, I don't know if he's even top 15, but he's definitely top 20. Steve Young, yep.
Because he had Jerry Rice.
I mean, he was producing, and he was a stud all the way through the 90s. When Montana went to the Kansas City Chiefs, he was gone.
I mean, you can't. He could run, and he could. If you had a team and you had to have a quarterback in their prime, you'd pick Drew Brees over Steve Young? I wouldn't. I couldn't. There's no way. Steve Young's in my top 10. I'm putting him up there.
Okay.
So, and I got Aaron Rodgers in my top 10 and Brett Favre in my top 10.
No,
Those
Aaron
are the
Rodgers
10.
not top 10.
Those are my 10, guys. Those are the
Sorry.
10. I'm sorry. Drew Brees, get out of the group. I'm sorry. You're not in the top 10, Drew Brees. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We'll get Drew.
no.
Let's get Drew Brees on the. Let's
Get
see
him on
what
the-
his.
get
We'll
him
get him
on
on
the
the show. We'll get Bone Crusher. Get Drew Brees on the phone. We're gonna figure out whether or not he thinks he's a top 10 quarterback. How about that? He'll probably tell you the truth.
No, he won't. No, he really is. He's like a very modest guy.
I know.
If you put him on a spot like that, he'll say no.
Them Saints are they're so modest, I tell you. Either way, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we will talk a little bit more about this, and we got some NFL to talk, or NBA to talk about. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Are you tired of little radio stations with little signals that drop off at the edge of town?
He did say.
Oh, bless their hearts. This is the most powerful sports signal in the Panhandle. You found the Sports Talk Monster. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This Mother's Day, celebrate the love that never fades with a gift that lasts forever. At Coin and Bullion Reserve's Fine Jewelry. Find Mother's Day jewelry made to honor every child, every chapter, every memory. From timeless classics to special pieces that show love. Jewelry that captures the unique bond between mother and child. Make her Mother's Day unforgettable at Coin and Bullion Reserve's Fine Jewelry. Your diamond headquarters for over 50 years.
Your put-downs, smackdowns, and shutdowns.
That's the difference between a winning football team and a losing football team.
It's a Trash Talk Thursday on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Dodgers, reigning World Series back-to-back champions. Coverage starts at 8 o'clock. First pitch is at 9:15. It's a late one. Don't forget the Braves are sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, and yours truly here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, go visit Duplay, your premier indoor destination for family, fitness, and total fun. Duplay is a great place to be able to do all of the things that you want to do, but inside. It's just like today. Today would be a perfect way and a perfect place to go to so that you don't get wet. You can go practice on your shots, you can go practice on your kicks, you can go practice on your swings, or you can throw, or you can just go and have some fun, maybe play some dodgeball. They got adult dodgeball they're going to be doing this summer. It's going to be awesome. And don't forget to check them out on DuplayOnline.com and their Facebook page on Duplay. Their address is 287 Aberdeen Parkway, and you definitely want to go see them because it's a definitely fun place to go. Look at all of the camps that they're having. Don't let those kids sit on the couch, eat ho-hos, drink Cokes, and gain 20 pounds over the summer. Let them stay active. Keep them going. Keep them out of that tablet and the phones. Let them get active. Go see Duplay. What's going on, Jeffrey? What you about to say?
You want me to do the shades and accolades?
We're going to do that tomorrow. What we're going to say is that we've got a new segment coming to you every week. Now, we might throw it on a Friday, we might throw it on a Thursday, Wednesday, a Tuesday, whatever day, but it's going to be Shades and Accolades with Jeff. And so it's going to be a awesome, fun, just a walkthrough of what Jeffrey wants to talk about. Maybe he has some interesting stuff, maybe it's funny stuff. You know, with Jeffrey, you never know. I'm excited about it.
You never know.
And, I mean, now you got to do it with shades on the whole time.
Only the shades, though.
Yeah.
When I'm throwing shade, which I'm going to be trashing somebody.
That's right.
I'm going to put the shades on.
Okay, we got to make a rule, though. You can't trash me, right?
Yeah.
Or might knock those shades off your face.
But you know what is actually on the books for tomorrow?
What?
You might want to listen if you're a Crimson Tide fan.
Okay.
And a Florida Gator fan.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I mean,
because
you are a local Gator hater.
No, now. The shades is where I'm going to be trashing somebody.
Yeah.
But the accolades is I'm going to be props to somebody.
Yeah.
So somebody going to get lifted up, somebody going to get pushed down.
That's right. And Jeffrey's going to do that weekly right here at 104.3 on the Sports Blitz.
What do you expect?
I know. I mean, realistically, this is the perfect thing for you because, man, sometimes I have to hold you back.
Nobody's safe. I could be doing LSU next month because the baseball season's trashed.
Oh, my gosh. If we go into detail about that, I just think it's so funny. You're like, oh, I don't care about basketball. We got baseball. And then you're like, I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about football. And then when Lane Kiffin loses his first game, you're going to be like, oh, man. I know.
Not
it's
good.
terrible. Let's talk about it. We got about 15 minutes. We got to talk about it. The
Spurs?
No.
You're
going to get mad.
You want to talk about the Knicks?
No, you're going to get mad at me.
You talking about the Pistons?
You're going to get mad at me.
It's not basketball?
It's not.
Oh, come on, man.
You're going to get mad
basketball
at me.
playoffs.
It's updated.
We didn't even talk about it yesterday. Not one word about basketball yesterday.
I know. Well, okay. Well, give me 5 minutes of the rundown. Come on. Hurry up because I got to talk.
Pistons playing tonight. 3.5-point favorite. They're going to beat the Cavs by more than that.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Scott, our caller, our winner for the $25, he says the Cavs going to get it tonight. I agree with Scott. I think the Cavs are going to win tonight. I don't think the Pistons are going to cover that or win the game. I actually think the Cavs are going to win.
The ridiculousness of these spreads and all that. Knicks did not cover the 10.5-point spread.
But they won.
But they won by 6.
Yeah, the Knicks.
But they didn't cover 10.5.
Listen.
And the spread started out at 7.5. It went up 3 points because Embiid was out.
Yeah. Well, guess what? He's going to be out again, and it doesn't matter if he's in or out because he's hurt, and he's not going to be They don't play good when he's playing anyway because he plays like an old man. He's slow. This game is fast. The NBA is fast now, and unfortunately, Embiid, it's time to hang it up because if you want to be able to walk and not have to be pushed around in a wheelchair, you need to stop playing because you look like you're about to fall over. And I mean, he's still young. You know, do it for yourself, do it for your health. But give me I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me the Knicks. I think they're going to sweep them. I don't think they got anything for them. They would have to. I mean, the rookie. He's going to have to, VJ, he's going to have to do something, and Tyrese Maxey's going to have to carry the load, and I just think they're too young right now. So give me the Knicks.
The Lakers are not going to get swept, but they could probably pull into a 2-0, hole and then win Game 3.
Why do you not think the Lakers are going to get?
I think I think he's going to will himself to win a game in L.A.
LeBron?
He's got to. Yeah, LeBron's got to. Yeah. And
they're not calling the fouls on Shea.
SJ?
Yeah,
SJ.
they're not calling the fouls on Shea every single time. They're calling them sometimes, but he's flopping a lot. I saw a lot of the flops.
It's like walks.
Yeah.
You know, there's old players and all that say this is just an atrocious way that to even play basketball.
They don't love it, and I think the referees have got a lot of pressure. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't such a hot topic in being about flops, I would say that they were going to sweep the Lakers because Lakers, they're not going to get swept. The Lakers are not going to win this series. They're not going to win two games. They're
Really?
at most going to win one.
I don't know. I'm calling 4-2. I think the Lakers.
I don't think they'll get
games.
two. I don't think so. I don't think they have the legs. I'm sorry. Austin Reeves is atrocious. He was 18% from the field the other day, the worst in like 30 or 40 years, or the worst ever, something like that. I mean, the Laker, the only person that's even been close is I think Kobe Bryant at 20% one time at the latter part of his career.
How much of an uninteresting thing would it be if the Spurs lose to the Timberwolves and then we have T-Wolves and Thunder in the final in the West?
They're trying to push Ant-Man as being one of the stars, but let's just be honest. Wemby is the star of the NBA. Everybody wants to see them go. They killed them last night. I mean, they were up at one point by 50, and it's just terrible. But I still think the Spurs are going to win the series. I think it might go to Game 7, but I still think the Spurs are going to win.
I think the Spurs are going to win.
Minnesota is playing well, though. They're playing well.
As a team effort.
Yeah, I think so. All right, did you get your NBA out?
That's it. We're done.
All right, here we go. You're going to be like, oh, my gosh, I already can tell. It's been updated, and it's been reported late last night that Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini spent time together on a privately rented boat in 2021 while Rossini was pregnant. According to TMZ, they were the only two people present during the boat rental, which lasted approximately 2 to 3 hours. Not long after, Rossini gave birth to a son and named him Michael, reportedly inspired by Vrabel. What are we doing? What in the world? This is crazy. I mean, he took a picture with the staff of the people that he was renting the boat from. He asked them not to share it. She said, don't take any pictures of me. I don't want to be in any of the pictures. And it's like, is this going to affect the New England Patriots? I mean, had they not went to the Super Bowl last year, he'd be gone, right? I mean,
yeah, he would be
wins
gone. He would be gone.
Matter. If he tanks this season, if they do not make the playoffs, Vrabel might be gone. And then they could blame it on this or that or whatever. But, I mean, this is – I don't understand. Like –
you think if they go 6-11, they'll fire him?
Probably.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to Kraft. I mean, we're talking about Kraft. I mean, what did Kraft do a couple of years back? Right?
This is the second cheesiest thing, the mac and cheese.
I'd say. But I'm just saying, like, what do you think about this? I mean, this is terrible. This is a bad look. I think about his family. I think about her family.
What about the husband?
Yeah.
Rossini's husband.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm in that situation, I'm out. I'm done.
So let me ask you a question, though. And I know this is like, maybe this is too far about this. You think it possibly could be his son?
Oh, absolutely. I think it is. I think a DNA test gets done, and, it's a slam dunk.
Oh, wow.
Could you imagine the liability that happens with all that?
Well, I mean,
he could. I don't know.
How old is
he
the
could
kid
probably
now?
The husband, Rossini's husband, could probably sue Mike Vrabel.
And her. He would have to divorce her and then sue her, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's craziness. It's nuts. It's a circus.
It's a
so
sad
let me
situation.
ask you. So if Mike Vrabel walks into that locker room, are there players snickering behind closed doors when they're snickering at Vrabel?
I don't know. You think?
Absolutely.
I know that
Multiple
Drake.
players.
I know that Drake May came out today. Now he's supposedly.
He says a great person.
Yeah.
Not good.
Great. Yeah. He's the leader of the team. The quarterback's your leader of the team. That whole thing, right? He comes out, says Mike Vrabel is the fantastic human being. I love playing for him, all of this.
No, sorry. Wrong timing.
Does this hurt?
He loses credibility supporting his coach. I understand you're a team player. I get it. But not right now, man. Not right now.
So does he lose? He does lose credibility, though? I mean, going forward.
I lose credibility just looking like Mike Vrabel.
I know. Every time I look, that's why I'm looking down, because I'm like, I feel like I'm telling Mike Vrabel that he needs to lose his
Just tell
job.
us, Mike, how was it? Well, scandalous is what it was, son.
Yeah, I mean,
come on. How can you lead a team and be morally sound and everything and be believable when you've already lied to everybody?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it all was a. Is it bad? Is it worse because they lied about it at the beginning? Both of them lied about it. Both of them said there wasn't nothing to it.
Yeah.
Both of them said it was, we were with everybody.
Taken out of context.
Taken out of context stuff. And now this is coming up. Now the other pictures showed. And then he rushes to go. And isn't this how it's crazy to me? Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. They made such a big deal about him leaving the team. But then if you listen,
1 or 2 days,
he left for the third day
of the draft, and maybe the day after that, and he was right back in the locker room.
Which is nothing. It's nothing.
He got rehabilitated in those 1 or 2 days.
And he went to counseling and did all that. Now, again, I'm not against counseling. I'm not saying it can't work, it can't be fixed and all that. But, I mean, is this like the pot calling kettle? I mean, look at, does wins cover up? If you're a winning, successful coach, does that make it, like everything's okay?
Spygate, Deflategate, wins covered that up.
Yeah. I mean, Astros.
Kraft massage parlor.
Yeah, they covered that up.
Belichick's new girlfriend's like 26 years old or whatever.
He can date who he wants. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Wins cover it up.
And, the Astros did what they did. The Michigan Wolverines did what they did.
Steroids for McGuire or whoever, hypothetically. Allegedly, I should say.
I mean, but winning and records and when you do right, a lot of people said that, all these championship teams were, Nebraska, they paid their players. Florida State paid their players. Alabama paid their players. Florida paid their players. Ohio State
Connor
paid
Scallions.
all of that. Does wins just because everybody in society is trying to get the edge, especially in competitive sports, no matter from the smallest to the largest. Everybody's trying to get some kind of edge to win because winning matters so much. It's all about winning. We're grinding because we're winning. We're grinding. We want to win. And now you got something like this. How many games does he have to win to keep his job?
10. It's not a whole lot.
Okay, if he don't make the playoffs, he's gone. I think he's going to step away. I don't think he'll be fired, but I think he'll step away for personal reasons if they don't make the playoffs.
Well, 10-7 is going to make the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, put it down, if Vrabel doesn't win, then he'll be out. Because this is crazy. This is ridiculous. Thanks so much for listening today. Congratulations to our winner, Scott. Congrats, buddy. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. It's Friday. Be careful out there. It's a little wet. We'll see you tomorrow.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win true Italian flavor in the Ferrucci Feast. Homemade pasta, handcrafted sauces, and centuries-old recipes. Listen weekdays at 8:15 and 5:15 for the cue to call. When you hear it, be caller 10 at 850-215-6290 and win a $25 gift card to Ferrucci Restaurante in downtown Panama City from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Thursday's weather. Tonight there will be a light breeze out of the north-northwest, mostly clouds and 70. Some clouds tomorrow morning, the same at 7.